It's Friday. It's February 20th. Chicken and biscuit casserole along with peas and onions is being served today at Horse Meadows Senior Center, just off Route 10 in North Haverhill, 11:30 to 12:30. Enjoy chicken and biscuit casserole along with peas and onions today at Horse Meadows Senior Center in North Haverhill.
The RNG Senior Center in the Bradford Community Building is open and serving congregate meals on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. The meal for this Friday, February 20th, will be chicken and biscuits, peas, carrots, and dessert. For those 60 and over, the suggested donation per meal is $5, and for those under 60, the cost per meal is $8.
On the menu at the West Barnett Senior Meal Site for Friday, February 20th. Chicken and biscuits, California vegetables, salad, homemade roll, and strawberries. The boys will be playing at 10:30 a.m. In-house dining starts at 11:30 a.m. Takeout orders are required by calling 603-638-4002.
And good morning at 6 minutes after 6. Another pretty cold morning here in the listening area as we prepare to check out the forecast for the listening area. Compliments of Manchester Brook Materials, where they offer crushed stone and ledge products. We will rock you at Manchester Brook Materials. They're in East Drygate and also at 596 Crossroad in Waterford. To get your projects all taken care of and lined up, be sure to call Darcy here in Vermont at 802-633-4122.
Is part of your property too tough to mow, or do you need a new driveway, or must fix your old one? Ask Manchester Brook Materials for a quote today. Plus for topsoil, erosion stone, riprap, and stay mat. Plus crushed stone products from 3/4 inch plant mix up to 5 inches. Manchester Brook Materials will deliver or load it for you. 6:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. weekdays, 7 a.m. to 12 noon Saturdays, or by appointment. We will rock you with competitive pricing and estimates. Call 802-633-4122.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And in regards to the storm, we'll get more details when we chat with Mark shortly after 7:30 this morning at the Fairbanks Museum. Meanwhile, with temperatures around 10 degrees for the most part here in the listening area, that's a look at the weather as we head into the weekend and be on the lookout for the storm tonight and tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, this weather is being brought to you by Manchester Brook Materials. Be sure to call Darcy at 802-633-4122. As Manchester Brook Materials has 2 locations here in the listening area at 596 Crossroad, Waterford, and Route 5 North in East Drygate.
Red Sox continue practicing and searching for power in Fort Myers. Tristan Casas may be an answer. 6'4", 240 pounds. Casas pretty solid 224 season. Lots of power. But due to injury, he played in only 29 games last season. He's going back to square one.
Yeah, just a lot of footwork stuff. I feel like, especially playing first base, sometimes I get too caught up on my glove work instead of just, letting my body stay in front of the ball, knock it down, and just focus on getting outs.
Casas is, to say the least, a true character, quite a personality. He needs work.
Yeah, just a lot of footwork stuff. I feel like, especially playing first base, sometimes I get too caught up on my glove work instead of just focus on getting outs. I feel like sometimes I try to get a little too swifty with the glove.
Tristan Casas, Red Sox open their schedule today with a game against Northeastern University.
New country artist Mac McNown, and before that, Morgan Wallen. 15 after 6, Friday morning, Stephen John and friends right up until 9 this morning. A lot of different people we'll be chatting with. First one up is Paul Ordway, PTO's Repair and Fairleigh, shortly after 6:30. Interesting conversation in regards to Fisher Plows and Sanders that have been busy this winter. And then at 6:45, conversation ahead just a couple of days ago with Bob Yaroshevich, Wild Vermont Customs and Wise Enterprises. I want to remind you as we get set to check out the weekend weather, Winterfest 2026 coming up this weekend at Mountain Lakes Recreation Committee. It's going to be held Sunday, February 22nd, noon to 3 at Mountain Lakes Lodge. So with some snow coming in tonight and tomorrow morning, that'll freshen things up just a little bit for everybody.
Hi, it's Chelsea from Wise, and this is our 10th year producing Wise Words. Today, Jillian, a junior from Thetford Academy, is sharing Wise Words.
Our relationships are the connections we have with people in our lives. We have relationships with parents, siblings, friends, teachers, and classmates. We have relationships with people our own age, people older than us, and younger. Some relationships are very close, like a best friend, and others aren't, like someone we just met. No matter what kind of relationship we have, we deserve to be treated with kindness and respect. Sometimes we might think someone is being nice, but something doesn't feel quite right. Our bodies are smart. We might feel butterflies in our bellies, or our skin might feel prickly. We might not know exactly what is wrong, but our bodies do. What feelings do you notice in your body when someone isn't nice or makes you feel uncomfortable or confused? Who is an adult you can ask for help?
These Wise Words are supported by the Hypertherm Hope Foundation, a proud sponsor of Wise and our goal to end violence, share hope, and change lives.
And now we're taking a look at the weather. 17 minutes after 6, temperature around 10 degrees here in the listening area. Being brought to you by Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Auto Saver Group, and that's a really big deal, as in the Auto Saver Group's Big Deal Plus comes at no charge with the purchase or lease of every new or used vehicle at Wells River Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Grace from the Auto Saver Group's Wells River Chevrolet. There's no secrets this month. Right now, you can get a total savings of up to $9,000 off on a 2026 Chevy Silverado, 1500 four-wheel drive, crew cab, trail boss. Wells River Chevrolet is home of the big deal. Don't wait, stop in today or shop online anytime at wellsriverchevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Stock number WT26111. Must trade a 2012 or newer Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV to qualify. Subject to change. Not available with all offers through March 2nd, 2026.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, Lawrence, thank you. We'll be chatting with Mark Breen shortly after 7:30, right after birthdays and anniversaries. We'll more information about the impending storm tonight and into tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, this weather brought to you by your friends at Wells River Chevrolet, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. Same great people, same great experience, and, of course, the Big Deal Plus. They're on the web at wellsriverchevy.com. 7:45-ish this morning. We'll be chatting with Ted Cooper, as we do every couple of weeks, find out what's happening at Wells River Chevrolet.
Possibility isn't just a concept, it's a way of life. Here, education transcends the classroom. It's hands-on, minds-on, hearts in. Learning is not confined to theory or the classroom. It's about turning dreams into direction, ideas into impact. Our graduates don't just enter the world. They shape it, lead it, and improve it. More than a degree, this is the state of possibility. Apply now at vermontstate.edu for spring semester.
St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is the go-to destination for quality vehicles and unbeatable deals. Whether it's a rugged Ram truck, an adventure-ready Jeep, or a reliable pre-owned vehicle, they have something for every driver. Their experienced team offers competitive financing, trade-in options, and lease specials to make car buying easy. Plus, their expert service center ensures every vehicle stays in peak condition with genuine parts and professional maintenance. Conveniently located at 220 Memorial Drive in St. Johnsbury, they proudly serve Northeast Vermont and beyond with top-tier customer service. Shoppers can browse their extensive inventory in person or online at stjohnsburycdjr.com. Whether hitting the road for work, adventure, or the next big game, drivers can count on St. Johnsbury Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to get them there.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And we're around 10 degrees here in the listening area with temperature warming up just a little bit with some snow in the forecast. And there you have it, updated weather as we head into the weekend, brought to you by St. Johnsbury Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, which is part of the Auto Saver Group. They're also online at St. Johnsbury, cdjr.com. All right, Paul, there you go. The plows and sanders are going to be busy again. What do you think of that?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yep. And I've been busy this week fixing them and doing new truck sides. And, yeah, I got a guy coming in this morning that's got a plow issue. It's a little late, but we'll take care of him here. And he should be ready to go for the snow tonight.
Yeah. So what typically breaks on plows?
Well, this year it's been plow modules. It's a little electronic box out on the headgear. And I don't know what's going on. If we got a bunch of weak ones or people are using the buttons a lot, activating the module a lot. But that's been our weak spot this year. It was hard to even keep up and keep some on the shelf.
Really?
Right now we're stocked up good. Other than that, just some hoses on older plows, hoses, fittings, or something crazy. But it's been pretty good year, keeping everybody going and keeping those Fisher plows and sanders out there and working hard.
Yeah, as you know, been doing this a long time. Winter can, creep into April, so we still may be having snow and some of this ice and whatever for the next couple of months at least.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes.
Anything's possible. Years ago, over in Hancock, Rochester, they had snow in May, so
yeah,
anything's possible.
Yeah, there's no stopping it. So
no, we can't stop it. We just have to wait for it to stop, and then we'll take care of things from there.
Isn't that true? So your new location down there in Fairley's working out good. You're right there on Route 5. That's a great location.
Yeah, the Route 5 location is awesome. People can swing right in. We a little closer to the customers from the south. They like that, but it's convenient and it's right there. And somebody new, like a guy yesterday. I just told him to get off in Fairley, go over and take a left on the Route 5, and go 2.3 miles, and you'll find us on the right. And he came right in.
Yeah, pretty easy. Yeah, you're right off the interstate there, so that makes it pretty handy, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. We've been really busy and trying to keep stuff reordered, and so and we're gonna have another busy day. Busy day today for sure. You gotta get this one guy fixed up and get him ready to go.
Yeah, and you've been open during the winter months on Saturday mornings there, right?
Yes, 8 to 5 during the week and 8 to noon on Saturdays, and that's been. It's been good for a lot of people who didn't make it Friday, and they can get back up there Saturday and get some stuff.
Yeah. As we look forward in the new year here, do you anticipate any shortages of anything in that world, plowing and sanding?
Well, we've had some shortages already. A lot of waiting time, back-ordered stuff. It's been really, really crazy this year, I guess is a good word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff's. I've waited a month and a half for some stuff. I got some cutting edges I have been over a month waiting for. I don't know what's going on, but I ordered this stuff, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting.
Mm-hmm. So has this been a busy year for you because of the weather?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah. We've had a lot of parts go out the door. Bundles, a whole shopping list. As one guy said, here's my shopping list. Can you fill this? Yep, here you go.
Yeah.
And then you got to go get that restocked. Some of the stuff, you're getting low on. You don't want to run out. You want to get it as soon as you can, get 2s and 3s and get some in here.
So what's a shopping list mean? What's that mean?
Well, they needed some hoses, some oil. They needed a rubber deflector to go on a plow. I don't know. He had a whole 8-9 things. Some we call them levers to release the pins on a plow. He had 8-9 different things there on the list, and we were able to fill that list from our inventory, and they stopped by and picked it up.
It sounds like planning ahead, and also he wanted some stuff on board in case he does break down. He maybe has a lot of driveways?
Well, they're a contractor, and they're actually down at Dartmouth Hitchcock Hospital doing the driveways down there, all the yards they have. So, so he had some stuff he just wanted for backup because they have to be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be a busy day when you get a storm when you got that many driveways on the campus, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know how many trucks they have, but and loaders and stuff. So some stuff he needed, some stuff they needed on backups. So.
Okay, so you'll be placing an order in April, and anybody that thinks they're going to need some stuff in the new year into next year should be talking to you soon. Then.
Oh, absolutely. If you're thinking you want a new plow this next year, this fall or something, come see us. We'll put it on our list, early order, save you the shipping, and also the early order goes in before any price increase. So we'll take a deposit, put your plow down on the list, your name and stuff, and we'll put it on our list. And when it comes in, we'll put it together and have it for you to pick up.
Awesome. Your parts and accessories are in good shape then?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, right now I'm doing okay.
All right.
We had 12 boxes of stuff come in on UPS yesterday. Got that put away late, and so we're waiting, and we got inventory, and trying to keep parts ahead.
All right, so you're open today, and then, of course, tomorrow morning. I mean, you're open Monday through Friday. In the winter months, you're open on Saturday mornings.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, 222-6152, 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh. Final comment today, maybe?
Well, the storm is coming. I see last night they've already going to have early cancellation of schools. Just be careful and remember, saw this, don't crowd the plows, whether it's a town or state or even a contractor, keep aware, be aware of what they're doing ahead of you. Remember, if you're following a plow truck, you can't see that driver in his mirror, he can't see you. So, please stay back, and we don't need any pile-ups or anything like that happening here. And don't crowd the plow and be careful.
Yeah, good words of advice. All right, Paul, enjoy the weekend and good luck during this storm, all right?
Yes, all right. Everybody take care, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Paul. It's 6:40, right on the button, as we prepare to check out that weather, as long as we're talking about it, with cloudy skies and temperatures right around 10 degrees. It's being brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation, where they are fully insured. They also offer land clearing services, as well as many, many other things. They have the equipment to take care of your needs. So give Chief a call at 584-3868.
Chief Crushing and Excavation, with plenty of products available that can be delivered to you from one of their many nearby Vermont or New Hampshire locations. Products available include sand for septic systems, crushed gravel, topsoil, clay fill, stay mat, ledge, and specialty items such as blue ledge and gravel. Excavation and land clearing services are also available. Chief Crushing and Excavation is fully insured and has the knowledge, know-how, and equipment to get the job done right for you. For quarry operating hours, pricing, and directions, call Chief Crushing and Excavation at 802-584-3868.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
Right, thank you. And that's a look at the weather brought to you by Chief Crushing and Excavation, 802-584-3868. Call Chief, get your quote, and get answers to your questions for the new year in case you've got some big projects, even small projects coming up. We're coming up on 6:42, when coming up shortly after 7:30, right after we check out today's birthdays and anniversaries, we'll be chatting live with the Fairbanks Museum and playing. We're going to chat the next few minutes with Bob Yaroshevich, the owner of Wild Vermont Customs and Wise Enterprises. How you doing, Bob?
Good. How are you?
Good. As we get ready for spring, our days are seeing more sunshine at both ends of the day, so that's going to make you guys happy.
It is.
You've had
now's the time. If someone's got projects left that they want to get in, let us know. Let's get them in because spring will be here before you know it. And we don't really like working on people's rigs during the summer when they want to be riding them or driving them.
Yeah, I know we kind of go over this lots of times, but, it's a typical thing that we do. We put it off until the last minute, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do the same thing. Like our projects always get pushed off. And, as you know, we get busy a lot of times. And our winter projects, we have a list before winter. Well, guess what? Some of them still aren't done.
Are you hearing anything in regards to the spring and summer? People talking to you about stuff, or are you hearing anything? Any kind of buzz going on out there?
Not so much for Wild Vermont Customs. I know for Wise Enterprises, we have a few good projects for this spring, summer, and maybe a really big project that might start kind of third quarter.
Okay.
But no, Wild Vermont Customs, we've got some stuff that we have sitting that came in the fall that's too big to kind of work on inside. It's big.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll send pictures as that project gets going. And the girl that it's for, I saw her last week, and she decided now instead of just putting it up the way it was, she wants me to affix glass to it. So one end of it's got a kind of a greenhouse. So it's this giant antique wrought iron. I don't know what you'd call it, like a balcony setup that came out of New Orleans.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, this thing is rugged because two of us can barely pick a piece up.
Man, how many pieces?
I think it's about 25 or 30 pieces.
I guess the wind won't blow it over then.
No, it's not going to go anywhere.
All right. Now, a couple of weeks ago, you were saying you did a project as a gift.
We did. It hasn't quite been delivered yet, so I still can't tell you what it is. But next time, I'll be able to.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
All right, we're dangling the carrot for our regular listeners then, so we'll find out what that is maybe in a couple of weeks. So that's the type of thing you can do. Somebody comes see you, can put together specialty type things.
Yeah, like I said, this project that the girl brought to us was, just going to be kind of a wrought iron area outside of her house.
Mm-hmm.
Going to go on the south side of the house, so she thought it'd be a good idea if we could affix glass to it somehow. So I kind of started looking at it already. We're going to make some clips that we can clip on and put glass panels in. And she'll have half of it as a greenhouse and half of it is kind of an open air eating area.
So this thing, did you have to blast it and then paint it?
Well, that's what's going to happen, yeah.
We haven't done it yet.
No, it's waiting till spring to do that.
Wow.
And
That sounds like a big project.
Then we'll be installing it sometime this summer. And where it was at, it was kind of up by itself. It didn't have a roof or anything on it. She wants to put a roof on it, so we have to kind of make a roof setup to go on it.
So what kind of is the square footage of this thing? Roughly.
About 6 by 28, I think.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
Ends up.
All right.
Yep.
So big project, small projects, you guys can handle it. Wild Vermont Customs, Wise Enterprises. With spring around the corner, motorcycles, ATVs, that type of stuff, what's the deal there?
Well, now the time to get them in for, if you want some hydro dipping done, powder coating done, even, as we get closer to spring, which I hate to say this, but I don't like getting stuff close to spring. But as we get closer to spring, even if you want to run it in for an oil change tune-up, older Harley bike before you get riding it for the year, feel free to contact us and see what we can do.
Well, we're getting closer as we speak. Be the middle of March by the time it arrives on the calendar. But the way this winter's been going, who knows? Maybe it'll happen overnight. Maybe it'll roll into April.
Yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
No, Gabe and I have been talking about this. This has actually been kind of what the old winter that we remember used to be. Just pretty steady snow here and there.
A lot of people have said that. But what's an old-fashioned winter? What's the definition of an old-fashioned winter?
Well, I don't.
I'll have to ask Mark Breen that.
Yeah, the last few winters have been so bad.
Yeah.
Just the falls and springs have been strange. So this just seems like it's been kind of what you would normally expect. The fall cooled down slowly. Got into fall when we should. Got snow when we should. So hopefully we get spring when we should.
Yeah, and people with their ATVs, I've seen some ATVs they put the tracks on, and it's been a great year for snowmobilers and the skiers.
Yeah.
You know.
And we've been so busy, we haven't even touched our snowmobiles. They've been sitting this entire winter.
Well, they'll be there.
They will.
They'll be there. All right, so spring projects is basically what's on the agenda at this point. For a while, Vermont Customs.
For sure. And we've got, like I said, we've got some stuff in the works there. We've actually, believe it or not, we've got a couple of things kind of in the works already for the fair.
Okay.
So whether we're going to make one of them or not, I don't know. It's a big project. So
You're talking North Haverhill Fair.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, it's the end of July around here. All right, so if they want to contact you, best way is on Facebook.
Yeah, just message me on Facebook, and then we'll get a conversation going, and then we can talk from there.
And that would be Wild Vermont Customs on Facebook?
It is.
Okay, check it out. Bob and Gabe Yaroshevich, they give us a lowdown as what's happening with their two businesses every couple of weeks, so be sure to listen to the next one as we roll into the first full week of March.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Time flies.
It is 6:53. Good morning, Stephen, John, and friends. A couple of good conversations there with Paul shortly after 6:30 and Bob at Wild Vermont Customs. Up next, conversation had with Bob Jones, Riverbank Career and Technical Center. We'll hear that as we check the news at the top of the hour, and then we'll listen to that. And then John West chatted with Joshua Smith from Green Mountain Merchandising recently. We'll be listening to those conversations. And then, as we've been letting you know, Ted Cooper chats with us every couple of weeks from Wells River Chevrolet. That conversation in less than an hour at about 7:45. Right now, though, it's the winter clothing sale with savings up to 40% off at Farmway in Bradford, where they're open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 to 5:30, Fridays until 8. And a reminder, they are closed Sundays and major holidays at Farmway. They're also online at vermontgear.com. In Bradford, Farmway invites you to shop their in-stock Lazy Boy furniture. Farmway has plenty of styles and colors to choose from, something to fit everybody, including pet-friendly fabrics. Check the prices. You won't be disappointed. Shop in a friendly, no-pressure atmosphere. And if you don't see it, Farmway can order it. Delivery and removal is available. Just ask about the rates. At Farmway, they take immense pride in offering a wide selection of top-quality brands in footwear, clothing, camping, and hunting gear, furniture, and gifts. Shop locally in Bradford at Farmway.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
And there you have it. Update a look at the weather. It is 6:55. Top of the hour network news at 7. And that is a look at the weather. This time around brought to you by Farmway, where they have their winter clothing sale going on. Savings up to 40% off. And with the impending storm, good idea to get to Farmway. Do it soon. And get your boots and your winter clothes, hats, mittens, all that stuff. And some savings up to 40% off during the winter clothing sale going on as we speak at Farmway in Bradford of February 2026. Don't forget birthdays, anniversaries. We'll be checking about a half hour at 7:30. Meanwhile, we're getting set to check out the top of the hour network news. And our conversation with Mark at 7:30 will include roof snow loads because of all the snow we've had and more snow coming in. So be sure to stick around for that. Interesting conversation with Mark coming up here at WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. At 4 minutes after 7, we'll be checking out the weather. But first, in the current edition of the Journal Opinion, some of the headlines include the fatal shooting in Corinth, town clerk appointed in Haverhill, Newbury Moles Forest addition purchase, charter change vote set for fall, Bradford local serves her community through wellness, data break at Cottage Hospital, and Clancy to lead Rivendell Academy. And be sure to check out the sports in the current edition of the Journal Opinion. You can pick it up at your favorite newsstand or go to the website and subscribe to the Journal Opinion. With temperatures around 10 and overcast, cloudy skies, we take a look at the weekend weather. Compliments of Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal.
Hi, Kevin here at Crosstown Motors. We're celebrating the best deals all month long during our President's Day sales event. How about a $359 a month lease on a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited? 0 down, 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Looking for more space? Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo X starting at just $399 per month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year. If you're like me, you're asking, what about trucks? We've got a great selection of new 2026 Ram trucks with America's best full-size truck powertrain limited warranty. That's 10 years, 100,000 miles of coverage. Come see us at Crosstown Motors during our President's Day sales event for these great deals and more.
Visit crosstownmotors.net. Example stock numbers: J26009, 35,100 MSRP. J25179, 44,170 MSRP. Tax, title, registration extra. First payment due at signing. Must have current Stellantis brand lease in household. See dealer or ramtrucks.com for warranty details. Excludes RHO.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
All right, thank you. Here we are heading into the weekend with some more snow in the forecast. Might be a good idea to take a look at your roof if it's already got lots of snow on it. We have more coming in. You know, if it's one of those that doesn't have much of a pitch to it and it's kind of flat, might be a good idea to eliminate some of the snow load up there. We'll be talking a little bit more about snow loads on roofs with Mark Breen shortly after 7:30 this morning, as well as details about the weekend forecast. More tonight and tomorrow. Meanwhile, looking at the weather at 10 degrees at 7 minutes after 7. It's brought to you this time by Crosstown Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Littleton, home of the big deal. A couple of days ago, I chatted with Bob Jones at Riverbend Career Technical Center. We'll be listening to that conversation right here in just a few minutes. Boozy and Jelly Roll with Amen. It's 11 minutes after 7. Good morning.
Miles Supply, your stop for all your general business products, paper towels, toilet paper, first aid kits, and more. Purchase your paper and soap products from Miles, and they'll install the dispensers for free. Do you own a salon, restaurant, coffee shop, or gym, making a monthly run to the big box store for your business supplies? Save time with Miles Supply. Call today for a sales visit, 476-3963, or walk directly into their showroom, 143 Boynton Street next to Spalding High School. Miles Supply, family-owned and building relationships since 1954.
We're going to take a few minutes to find out what is happening kind of behind the scenes with Bob Jones, who has been part of the education system here in Vermont and New Hampshire for a long, long time. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
Good morning, Stephen. It's great to talk with you today.
Yeah, of course, back in the mid-'70s when I was attending, I think it was Oxbow Vocational Center. Bob, you were a teacher at that time, as I remember, one of the instructors.
I was, yeah. I started my teaching career there in 1975 with my forestry, conservation, and outdoor rec program, woodworking, and middle school industrial arts. Yeah, years ago, but great years.
Yeah, quite a career. Bob Jones, who now does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Don't see a lot of him out there in the hallways at Riverbend. But what are your responsibilities now, anyway, Bob?
Well, they have me tagged as outreach coordinator.
Okay.
But basically, what I try to do is just find ways to promote career and technical education, which is so vital. And it's a pretty easy thing to do because there's so many good things going on up at the center. So, I just take some pictures, write some captions, maybe a story or two, and try to promote the good things that are happening.
All right. So let's talk about adult ed. I know that Tracy Puffer wanted you to remind our adults that you had some interesting stuff happening there this spring at Riverbend.
We do. We have kind of a full lineup, and it's not too early to register for those programs or call Tracy if you have questions. But we've got the usual a number of the Heart Saver CPR courses coming up March into April into May. We've got looking ahead There'll be some ads coming out in the Bridge that talk about the CDL program this summer. If someone really wants to go over the road or get their CDL, now is a good time to be looking at those scholarship opportunities, get everything in line so that you can be in that program. We have one of the programs that's been highly successful that we would like to talk about is the beginning welding program for women. And that's been just a dynamite program in the past and has some openings still. That happens, the first meeting is on March 14th. And Ian Blackmer, the diversified ag teacher, is the instructor. And he just does an amazing job. He's a resident artist. He was this past summer over in an art gallery in Rutland, and he works some in one of the galleries down in White River Junction too, and gives demos and classes. But we're lucky to have him, and that's just one of those programs that the people who've taken it really jump in and say it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, the adult ed that you guys do at Riverbend is pretty incredible. And if our listeners need more information, they can go online to your website. There's plenty of information there.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's happening with your culinary. They've got a busy schedule during the vacation that's coming up there, Bob.
They do, and they've been practicing for quite a while. The culinary teacher, Trace, is involved with the New York State Restaurants Association, and they cover the state of Vermont and provide competitions and experiences for culinary students in the tech centers across the state. So this year we have a team of 4 students who are headed to do the culinary cooking competition and also the restaurant management program, which is a lot of book work and a lot of preparation. And that will be held at the Culinary Institute of America down in Hyde Park, New York. They'll compete against other Vermont schools, and the winner who takes away the first prize will go on to nationals later this year, I think in Baltimore, Maryland. It's been a great experience for those students.
As most of the classes are at Riverbend for the many, many students. We're going to talk about the enrollment for 2025, 2026 in just a moment. But first, let's talk about the success that the LNA program has at Riverbend.
Yeah, that was another, a thumbs-up kind of experience that Carrie let me know about, the instructor in that program. Just recently, all of the students in that program who were shooting for an LNA certificate passed and received their LNA certificate. And that's through the cooperation of Cottage Hospital. They've just been a great partner with us and continue to be. But just thought it was really a great effort on those students' parts to have that credential and move forward in their lives.
Yeah, great career ahead of them as they continue to move through that. All right, Bob. Bob Jones is the outreach coordinator for Riverbend Career and Technical Center. Chatting with him for the next few minutes. All right, recruiting has been hot and heavy at Riverbend. So give us an update, Bob.
It is. February is really the time for those students in the homeschool students, to take a look for next year, sophomores and maybe juniors who are looking for 1 year. And earlier in the month, all of the schools came to visit on different days and different programs, and had a choice to visit one or two and maybe go back to one that they really were most interested in. And the application on the first round, the first round of applications ended last week, and I think the Tech Center is overwhelmed by the interest. I think they had 158 applications for the openings for next year. What that means is some of the programs are really over-enrolled right now, but there are still some great opportunities for kids in other programs, and even these programs that are enrolled. So it's open enrollment. People can go on the website, work through their guidance counselor, their parents, and apply. And it's not too late in many, many cases. So great to have that shout out from all the students in the Upper Valley.
Certainly. And even for the younger students that are thinking about a career at Riverbend, at 2 or 3 years, it's never too late to at least throw your name in the hat. Don't you agree, Bob?
Oh, absolutely. I was really impressed earlier this year. We had a non-traditional day for heavy equipment operation, and the number of students who turned out to that, who were in the 8th and 9th grade years, maybe even 7th grade years, was really, really impressive to see those kids really beginning to look at what might really work for them and put their toe in the water and test it. You know, it's important.
Additional information is online at their website. You can call Riverbend at 222-5212 and stop in and make an appointment to get a tour of the center. It's a great place to start your career. Riverbend Career and Technical Centers on the beautiful Oxbow campus in Bradford. We'll be chatting the last few minutes with Bob Jones. He's the outreach coordinator. Maybe your final comments would include what today, Bob?
Well, I just want to do a little bit of a shout out to a program that sometimes people overlook because they might not be thinking it's for them, and that's the cybersecurity program.
Certainly.
Amazing career opportunities in that cutting edge technology, and as we all know, when you see all of the bad guys out there who are trying to hack into electronic technology, we need the good guys out there to run the course and do the right thing. And Riverbend's program in cyber technology is just a great step into the field. If a student is naturally curious, if they find they like to fix things and get in and go the course and get something finished and completed, if they love technology anyway, just taking things apart, putting things back together, this may be a program for them, and it's the only program that you can do totally online. So it does fit homeschoolers to a degree, students who have courses they need to take at their home high school but would still like to take a course like this, can fit it into their schedule more flexibly. So hoping people take a look at that because it's such a neat opportunity.
Certainly is, yeah. And Riverbend can certainly help build a foundation for a great career with our students right there in Bradford. Bob Jones, we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your schedule today. Bob Jones, who is the outreach coordinator at Riverbend Career and Technical Center. We thank you a lot.
Well, thank you, Stephen. It's certainly been a pleasure over the years, and wish you the best and a great new year.
Thank you, Bob. That's conversation ahead with him just a couple of days ago. We're 21 minutes after 7, temps around 10 under cloudy skies. Let's take a look at that weather in more detail. It's being brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Be sure to stop in, check it out. Snow coming in. They have snow removal equipment. Be sure to stop in today. Do it soon. They still have a pretty good selection at Woodsville Power Equipment, snow blowers and other things to move the snow and dirt. Sales, service, parts, repairs, Bobcat of Woodsville on the lot, and Milwaukee equipment being added just recently at Woodsville Power Equipment. Husqvarna snowblowers at Woodsville Power Equipment are built for the kind of storms we see up here every single winter, from light fluffy stuff to that heavy March cement. These two-stage machines chew through it and throw it clear of your driveway and walkways. Get easy electric start, bright headlights, and enough power to handle the town plow ridge. See the Husqvarna lineup today at Woodsville Power Equipment.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast for today, partly to mostly cloudy, a rising chance of snow or valley rain mid to late afternoon, a trace to an inch, highs in the mid-30s, south to southeast winds 5 to 10. Tonight, mostly cloudy, snow likely 3 to 5 inches, lows from the mid-teens to around 20. Saturday, snow tapering to snow showers, another trace to 2 inches, mainly over high terrain, highs around 30. I'm meteorologist Lawrence Hayes for WYKR.
It's 22 minutes after 7. There you have it. Update a look at the weather with a temperature hanging around 10 degrees on the listening area. Brought to you by Woodsville Power Equipment. Stop in. They have the equipment to move the snow with the snowstorms that still are in the forecast. They're located at 4942 Dartmouth College Highway. Sales, service, parts, repairs, Bobcat of Woodsville on the lot, and a whole lot more at Woodsville Power Equipment.
So we have a very special guest here in the studio. It is John West, who's the sales manager of Green Mountain Merchandise. John, how you doing?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So this was fun because I know before I come by a lot to Green Mountain Merchandise. We get all of our amazing shirts and jackets from Green Mountain Merchandise. So anytime somebody sees us, someone wearing a WYKR vest, they know it came from Green Mountain Merchandise.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
we love the ringing endorsement there.
yeah, high quality stuff too. And so you're here to talk a little bit about the February freeze sale.
Yeah. We've only got another week left. We're doing 20% off through the end of February. Screen printing and embroidery. So come in. If you've been thinking about getting an order, I know it's gonna eventually thaw out, and you're gonna need some apparel. Let us know. We're ready.
Right, and you're one of the premier locations that actually does screen printing and embroidery in the entire region.
Absolutely. Yep. It's all done on site. We don't send anything out, so it's all done locally. And we've been doing it now. This is celebrating our 40th year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And but you also the Green Mountain Merchandise is so well known. You have people from other parts of the states and everything that send in their orders.
Yeah, nationwide.
Right.
Yeah, we even have customers in Australia, a lot in Canada. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely nationwide. Deal with a lot of the automotive industry is probably our biggest niche. But again, we service everybody, big and small. We love being a part of the local community. We love doing stuff with the Woodsville High School, Bath schools. We love it all. So,
and so a lot of our listeners know that Green Mountain Merchandise is also the sponsor of the Player of the Game.
Yes.
So every single game, we always hear about the Green Mountain Merchandise Player of the Game.
Yeah.
So and it's a big thing too, which is really fun. Is that students who get the student of the game or the athlete of the game, they get really excited. They get to wear that shirt that's made by Green Mountain Merchandise.
Yeah, bragging rights.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
See, because only one person gets it per game.
Right.
So they're rare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, it's like you can't just go down to the corner store and buy one.
No, you have to earn that. You got to earn that Green Mountain Merchandise Player of the Game shirt.
Right.
So talk a little bit more about this February freeze.
Okay. Not a whole lot to it. It's not really that complicated, basically. Come in, mention that you've heard about the February freeze, and we actually promote it on Facebook and Instagram and, wherever you hear about it. Let us know, hey, I'm here about the February freeze deal, and we'll take 20% off your entire order.
Right. So. And if they say they saw an ad in the Bridge Weekly about it,
yes,
or they heard an ad on WYKR about it.
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and as long as you have your order in by February 28th, you're going to get this.
You get the 20% off.
20% off.
So in a way, if you order, picking a number, if you order 100 shirts, basically you're getting 20 free shirts.
Yeah, there you go.
See?
Yeah.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, it's easy math.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So if you come in and you order 200 shirts,
there you go.
You get 40 free shirts.
Yeah. Sure.
It's 20% off.
Yeah.
See, that's amazing.
It adds up.
Yeah, it adds up quickly.
Yeah.
So and as we say, high quality equipment. So what are some of the brands that you work with?
Oh God, we work with all of them. I mean, we have Gildan, Port & Company are probably our two biggest, but I mean, we get Carhartt, North Face. Basically, if you want it, we can either get it or we have access to it already. So,
right. Yeah. So this is don't sleep on this. 20% off on
definitely
all the either embroidered work or screen printed work.
We'll take it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're talking to John West, who's the sales manager over at Green Mountain Merchandise, and you just mentioned you've been there for not you, but the business has been around for 40 years.
Yeah, the business this year is celebrating its 40th anniversary. Started in 1986.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, a long time. I think you used to work there.
I did. That was my first summer job. Was working at Green Mountain Merchandise. We used to be called Green Mountain Monogram.
Yeah. Circle.
Full circle. Yeah. I remember going there a couple of years ago and just reminiscing on seeing the old screen print thing that was brand new back in '94 when I was there. But
Is that the one that's hanging on the wall now?
It's that one that looks like a giant spider kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. That was state of the art 30 years ago.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much, John. This was a pleasure talking to you. And as I say, we're a huge supporter of Green Mountain Merchandise and very excited to be able to talk and have our listeners learn more about the February freeze sale.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you for having me on. And also, if you don't mind, I'd like to plug that we're looking to hire somebody, too.
Yes.
We're looking for another press operator. So anybody looking to maybe make a career, learn a skill, please stop by. We're looking for a new operator. So
yeah. And as an alumni, I heartily endorse that because I had a great time working at Green Mountain Merchandise in the day.
Look at you now.
I know, see? I know.
Captain of industry.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And if anybody has any questions, they can either stop by, pick up an application, come
Yep.
in and
call. Applications are actually online as well. So if you go to our website, greenmountainmerchandise.com, you can download it, fill it out, drop it off, fax it in, take a picture.
Right. Anyway.
However, carrier pigeon,
Yeah,
whatever.
they take
Just get it
everything.
to us, and and again, we can train you. So again, if it's a skilled position, so somebody right out of high school, you want to learn a skill, we'll teach you.
Right.
So
excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. We're talking to John West, who is the sales manager over at Green Mountain Merchandise. All right. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you for having me.
It's 29 minutes after 7. We're preparing to check out the birthdays and anniversaries. It's a regular feature every single day of the year. But first, let's find out what the menu is. The specials at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. And remember, you can order out 757-3333. Sweet sausage sub with onions and peppers, along with chips and pickle. Montshire Farm mushroom Swiss burger with French fries or tater tots. And the haddock sandwich with chips and pickle is available today. Meanwhile, their soup is broccoli cheddar, and the seafood available today includes haddock, scallops, strip clams, and whole belly clams. Those are the specials, but remember, you can order from the regular menu when you stop by Tuttle's Family Diner in downtown Wells River. It is exactly 7:30. It's time to check out birthdays and anniversaries. Brought to you each and every day of the year by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. Remember to check with them if you have insurance questions or you need an insurance quote. And when you do that, be sure and thank them for bringing you birthdays and anniversaries. And celebrating today on this Friday, February 20th, is Matthew Shute, Dean Clark, Cadence Brohan, Ronson Smith, and Braden Silbreth. And that's it. No anniversaries today, just the birthdays that we have on this Friday. Reminding you to get your wishes into us. We'd like to see them a couple of days in advance. That way we have time to prepare for your wish, which is brought to you by the Swenson Insurance Agency in Bradford. Again, celebrating today, Braden Silbreth, Ronson Smith, Cadence Broham, Dean Clark, and Matthew Shute. No anniversaries today. It's a regular feature. We do it every single day of the year at about the same time. Those are the birthdays on this Friday, February 20th, 2026.
Distracted driving can take many forms, such as changing music, eating, or talking on the phone. But the most dangerous by far is texting while driving. Although it may seem harmless in the moment, it takes your hands off the wheel, your eyes off the road, and your mind off driving. A dangerous and sometimes deadly combination. Be a responsible driver. Turn on an auto reply feature or app that notifies your friends and family that you're driving and cannot reply. Or better yet, turn off your phone entirely. Please, pledge to never drive distracted. It's not worth your life or anyone else's. Take it from me and MMG, protecting your piece of the world.
The Swenson Insurance Agency of Bradford is an independent agency that represents regional and national insurance companies to meet your insurance needs. The professional staff can provide you with the expertise you deserve to make the best insurance buying decisions. Service is their best policy at the Swenson Insurance Agency, Bradford. It's 7:32. Mark, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Stephen, and you?
Good, thank you much. All right. Of course, Mark's going to give us more details in regards to the impending storm. But first, we've had a lot of snow this winter. A lot of roofs as you drive around, if you have noticed, have a lot of icicles. And snow load is pretty important this time of the year, I would assume. And you have some statistics in regards to that. So take it away, Mark. What you got?
Yeah, well, it is absolutely one of those things that, you kind of start looking, going, we've had a lot of snow accumulating, but not a lot of melting going on. I mean, we had a bit of a thaw back in January, and so there are a lot of factors that go into this. So first of all, if you have a pitch to your roof, that's going to change things. If you have a metal roof, sometimes the metal roofs are obviously, it could be shedding some of that snow and ice. So these are all, things that go into this. But the basic idea is that a foot of snow, which is about an inch of water equivalent, weighs approximately 5 pounds per square foot. So, in some ways, well, that doesn't sound like much, but let's face it, that's just 1 square foot.
Yeah.
You start building it out over a house roof and so forth, or a barn roof or a garage roof, and suddenly that adds up, and that's just, a foot of snow. Again, we've had, a fair amount of snow this winter, and so based on what we've had, and this is, just an approximate calculation, because obviously some places get more and less snow, some places it's melted, but 20 to 30 pounds of snow load right now. So in other words, 20 to 30 pounds per square foot. And yes, that's certainly a lot, although the design of roofs, I believe this is code now, they have to be able to withstand at least 30, and it might even be 40 pounds per square foot. So it's still under that figure. That, of course, again, is assuming that the roof is flat. So the other thing that I started thinking about was, okay, so you've got the snow up there. In fact, I've got a snow rake, and I'm thinking that I need to get to some of that snow off of my porch roof in particular, which is a little flatter. But you've got to be careful with this stuff. There's a lot of weight. Now, okay, so 20 or 30 pounds, that doesn't sound all that much, but put that on a roof that's, say, 200 square feet, and that's not a big roof. That's, 10 feet by 20 feet. That means 2 to 3 tons of snow and ice on that roof. And so if you are taking it off, you've got a serious amount of weight to consider. So I just throw that out there because, every year it seems somebody does some sort of misstep and so forth, and we want folks to stay safe out there. There are people that certainly have the equipment and the expertise to do this safely. So I just wanted to throw that out that, yep, I know we all are anxious to make sure that the snow is off the roof if that's what needs to happen, but maybe you aren't the one to do it.
Yeah, a lot of precautions to take into consideration, that's for sure. So
Yep.
that's good words of advice this morning, because we still have a lot of winter in front of us, Mark. That's for sure.
We do. In fact, I was one of the things that I was just tabulating. On the average, the maximum depth of snow here at the museum is on February 19th. So yesterday. And now that's the average. And, of course, throw in a big snowstorm and suddenly that throws the average completely out the window. So that maximum amount of snow can take place anywhere from December to March. But that's the average. And so what happens is that in the valley locations, it starts going back down again, the average amount of snow on the ground. But across the hills in particular, it still goes up right into the early part of March. So we are at that time of year where we could actually, we could add to the snow that we have out there. It won't necessarily decrease just yet.
It seems like March is one of those months where it can throw a lot of snow our way, that's for sure. So, yeah, in regards to that, then let's talk about the weather pattern, because here we are on February 20th. We've got another full week of the month, and then we head into March. So let's chat. Let's find out what's happening with the weather pattern.
Yeah, so one of the things that I checked back at our conversation last week just to see, and on my notes I was talking about the fact that the weather pattern this week would change, and it did. We got some milder temperatures out there. We got rid of that really deep Arctic freeze that we had. So what has happened is the cold air has started to dump into the western U.S. and some stormy weather, which they needed, the snow and so forth out there. It changed the pattern here, so we've been milder. And yet, at the same time, you get this warmer air, especially building across the southern U.S., and still some leftover cold air here. That is the perfect ingredients for a couple of things. One, we start the severe weather season. Earlier this week, There were 8 tornadoes that were reported, I believe, on late Monday and Monday night. So that kind of starts into the conversation, but it also represents energy. And the energy is what drives those storms. And so, as you just mentioned, we can get some pretty big storms late February and March. And that's one of the reasons there's a lot of energy now getting put back into the atmosphere thanks to the strengthening sun. And the end result, you don't always, but you can get a pretty big storm this time of year.
All right, storms in the forecast. What's happening? We've got one coming our way in a hurry, Mark. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so this one, I don't think it'll be a record breaker, but if you are traveling around this evening, you need to kind of double down, so to say, and maybe make some rearrangements in those plans, because I expect the snow comes in late this afternoon, say between 4 and 6 o'clock. But when it comes in, it starts snowing and snowing heavily. I expect by the time we get to midnight, we will pick up maybe 4 to 7 inches of snow in a rather hurry. So road conditions will deteriorate rapidly to becoming difficult, if not hazardous. So you want to keep that in mind. After midnight, the snow will slow down, but we'll still pick up a few inches, perhaps after midnight and into tomorrow morning. So I'm figuring by the time it finishes up, most of us are going to see some 5 to 9 inches of snow out of this, and it's going to be a little wetter, a little bit more moisture in this. It's going to start snowing right around 32 degrees, and so this is going to be that wet, sticky snow, which is great. The kids haven't had a lot of snow for snowmen and snowballs, so this is going to be fun for that. It also, and I know we have a lot of, trail riders, snow riders out there, when we get the big, fluffy snow, it really packs down to almost nothing, it seems. But this has got a little bit more substance to it. And so this is going to actually add another layer onto some of those snow trails. And, again, there's still plenty of winter ahead, and it would be great if we can keep those trails going for a bit longer. So this snow will definitely add up.
Yeah, so take into consideration those listeners out there that have some roofs that might be a little iffy. This snow is going to be kind of heavy then.
Yeah, exactly. And so, based on what I said, so we're going to probably add another, say, 3 or 4 pounds per square foot. So again, that put it on a roof, and that suddenly adds up.
Yeah, interesting way of looking at winter. Thanks, Mark. All right, so starting with right now, today, let's find out what is happening with this weekend's forecast.
Yeah, so we start out, first of all, with some winter weather advisories in New Hampshire and a winter storm warning for Orange County in Vermont. Look for clouds to be thickening up this morning. Not much happening through most of the day, but late this afternoon, the snow starts to arrive. Temperatures ahead of the snow in the 30s. Tonight, the snow will be moderate to heavy at times. By the time it finishes up tomorrow morning, 5 to 9 inches of some fairly wet snow, temperatures 20 to 25 during the overnight hours. And then tomorrow, any snow will be tapering off, lots of clouds, upper 20s and low 30s. And it looks like we'll finish up the weekend with clouds and some sunshine on Sunday, temperatures right around 32. Actually, a very nice day to finish up the weekend.
Yeah, and that sun's pretty intense. It with it being out a few times this week, it really had some melting, didn't it?
It certainly did. In fact, yesterday, the temperature jumped from near zero in the morning all the way up to 40 degrees in the afternoon.
Yeah. All right, Mark, thank you for the update. We look forward to finding out what happened with this storm when we chat with you next Friday.
We'll give you the totals.
All right, enjoy the weekend.
You too, thanks.
Thank you. Mark Breen is the head meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum. Our weekly conversation is brought to you by Hatch Lane Farm, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats, located on Route 10 in North Haverhill. So be sure to shop local, support our local businesses, Wicked Good Dairy Delights, and Profile Meats. Located on Route 10 in North Haverhill, Wicked Good Dairy Delights takes this time to remind you that they have a beautiful event hall upstairs for your holiday parties or other events that might include baby showers, birthday parties, celebration of life, receptions, bridal showers, to name a few. Access is available using the elevator or stairs. A reservation fee of $45 is needed in advance to reserve the space to hold your event. Ask for Robin, the event coordinator, for more details at Hatch Lane Farms, Wicked Good Dairy Delights in North Haverhill. And thank you for being with us this morning as we look ahead to our next hour. It's pretty busy as we'll come out of the 8 o'clock news as we have been. Once a month after the growing season, we chat with Four Corners Farms. Charlie Gray at Four Corners Farm will be joining us via telephone shortly after 8 o'clock this morning. And, of course, we start chatting with Charlie every week during the growing season, but, of course, that won't begin probably until the middle or latter part of May. We'll be chatting with Dana Huntington, North Haverhill Agway, and then owner Julie Porter, Honeybee Coffee and Tea, LLC. We'll be chatting with Julie shortly after 8:30 this morning as part of our monthly series, the Business Spotlights, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. A couple of things. Winterfest 2026 is this weekend. It's presented by Haverhill Parks and Recreation and Mountain Lakes Recreation Committee. It's going to be held this Sunday, February 22nd. It'll be from noon to 3 at the Mountain Lakes Lodge. And we also have information from, Horse Meadow Senior Center in regards to activities happening there on March 4th at 5 p.m. Everybody's going to be welcoming Charlie Berger, DVM. He's a graduate of Cornell University who has enjoyed a 55-year career in both Berkeley, California, and rural Vermont as a wilderness explorer and filmmaker. He's also led ecological tours to Alaska, as well as many other things, Canada and Africa, and has been a veterinarian for dozens of major sled dog races, including many Iditarods and Yukon quests. So that's going to be an informational speaker. Charlie speaks at Haverhill at the Horse Meadow Senior Center. And that's going to be a light dinner at 5 o'clock. Then he speaks at 5:30. So that's coming up pretty soon. As we said, on March 4th, that'll be at 5 p.m. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer to the date, but it's not that far away. Here we are, the 20th of February already. All right, it's about 7:45. We'll be calling Ted Cooper momentarily from Wells River Chevrolet, but first we're checking out the weather again. It's brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. You can visit them online at barharbor.bank. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bar Harbor Bank and Trust helps businesses succeed. We're proud to be recognized by Forbes and Newsweek as one of America's best banks multiple years running. We can help you get the financing you need quickly and improve your cash flow. With over 50 branches and 90 ATMs across northern New England, we make managing your business easier. Whether your business is growing, expanding, or evolving, we can make it happen together. Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. Good things happen when we work together. Member FDIC.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Mark, thank you very much. Updated look at the weather at 7:46. We're still hanging around 10 degrees under cloudy skies. And that is a look at the weather. It's brought to you by Bar Harbor Bank and Trust. It's you can visit them online at barharbor.bank, by the way. Award-winning banking every day across northern New England. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Right. I don't know how well you are informed, Ted, in regards to the weather, but this is going to be stickier stuff. Might be able to make a snowman or a snow fort out of this stuff.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, can't wait.
Oh, well, just thought I'd let you know.
Take a nice big snow fort right down here at the dealership.
Hey, there you go. You can make one around one of the vehicles that you're trying to move this weekend or something.
That's a great idea. Right? Yeah, we're going to invite you right down to help.
Well, I've heard you'll do anything to sell a vehicle. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, almost.
Almost. All right, Ted, what's going on? You got a lot of nice looking stuff on the lot right now.
We do, actually, yeah. And we've fortunately got some good stuff coming in. We've got like the best selection of Trailblazers and Traxxas, which are our smaller SUVs that we've ever had. We've even got a whole bunch of Equinoxes. We got Traverses. We got HDs. We got a bunch of stuff. And once again, what we're finding is that for President's Week here, everything is marked, and leases have gotten really hot again. And, the good thing about a lease is, you have a new vehicle every 3 years. You stay inside factory warranties, and ultimately it's the least out-of-pocket you can be. So some examples. Right now, I've got a lease special on a Trax LT, nicely equipped, for as low as about $279 a month. Trailblazer. My wife has a Trailblazer, by the way, which is an awesome all-wheel drive rig. About $329. Equinox LT lease special right now, $369. And Silverado half-ton LT Crew, $389. That's a pretty damn good deal right there. 2500s, and typically Chevrolet 2500s have not really had lease programs, but they do now. And I got a nice double cab four-wheel drive Z71, about $699. And one of my best sale prices right now is a half-ton crew cab Trail Boss with total $9,000 off of MSRP. So these are some real numbers. Traverse. We got a beautiful LT Sport all-wheel drive for about $619. And we've got a couple of Express 35 Dejana Duracube cargo vans. Everybody qualifies $7,000 off of those. And I've got a cabin chassis, a dually, a 1-ton, a 3500 with a Duramax diesel. Again, a cabin chassis basically does not have anything on the back, so there are all kinds of possibilities that you can put on, like a sander or a dump body or all that sort of stuff. We have $5,000 off of those right now, which is unheard of. I do have one dump. I got a 3500 dump, and we got $5,000 off of that one. So there's some good deals, going on those. Used inventory. I got to say, we need some trades. We've been selling our used inventory quickly. We still got a pretty good rundown of trucks out there. We need some SUVs, so come trade in your SUVs, will you? Again, President's Week, we got the best, we got really the best deals we've seen all year. But I wanted to get back to sort of a theme that I started talking about last week, which has basically, how we do business here. Mm-hmm. It starts, once again, I'll use the word humility and not arrogance, because we would like to sit down with you and, first off, when you first come in, sit down and discuss your needs, your lifestyle, your family, your budget, and then appraise your trade. That way we can help advise, because advising is a lot of what we do, whether we sell you or not. We want to make sure you're going in the right direction. And if we don't have the right thing to fit your needs, we're not going to try and jam you into something that fits our needs. You know what I mean? So there's no pressure, no tricks. It's actually a collaboration. We want you to be comfortable and experience, how pleasant a car buying experience can be, because guess what? If you have a good experience here, you're going to tell your friends, your family. You're probably going to refer some people, and that's really been the strength of this dealership, is repeat and referral from happy customers. So that is the number one goal here and out back. Our guys are great out there. They're not going to try and sell you stuff you don't need. Brian and the boys out there are very straight up about, this is something you probably ought to be looking at maybe in a few months. You don't need it right now. And do remember that with all vehicle sales here, everybody qualifies for what's called the Big Deal Plus. It's at no additional charge, and it includes lifetime state inspections, no charge, 2 years of tire rotations, oil and filter changes, and multi-point inspections. It's that multi-point inspection thing that people, they check on rust and any leaks and all that kind of stuff, preventative maintenance sort of stuff. Again, that's one of the great advantages we do have as being part of the Autosaver Group, is being able to offer that Big Deal Plus. So one other thing is I've been reminded that we are now offering auto detailing again for the first time in a while. We're fully staffed out back, and give a call to the service department and set up an appointment. There are, sort of several different levels of clean you want, from basic, you want to wash and wax, you want to completely detail the interior, et cetera, et cetera. And we are now offering rust proofing again as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, that's awesome. Right here in downtown Wells River Chevrolet. Ted Cooper is the senior sales and leasing professional. You work every day, Monday through Saturday. What's your deal?
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good Lord willing. But, it's frankly easier than the honey-do list.
Uh-huh. All right, Ted.
So,
the next time we speak, we'll be heading into March. That means we're that much closer to spring, Ted.
Oh, goodness, yeah. Well, look at how much later it's light now.
That is true.
It's great, and boy, just can't wait for another snowstorm.
Oh, boy, one's coming. So be careful cleaning off all those vehicles that you guys do a great job doing at Wells River Chevrolet.
Great, thanks. Well, everybody have a good week and be safe out there. It sounds like it's going to get slick this evening.
It is, yep. All right, Ted.
Slow down.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
Yep. Ted Cooper, he's the GM Mark of Excellence Award winner as well. Stop in and see him and make your best deal. Ted Cooper at Wells River Chevrolet. We'll take a break here for a minute or two. When we get back, another look at the weekend weather.
1, 2.
All right, let's take a look at the weather. It is 7:54. And we haven't moved too much, still hanging around 10 degrees in the cloudy skies. It's being brought to you by Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville, locally owned, family operated. And, of course, the staff members there are caring and experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. For additional information, you can call them 603-747-2717 or go to their website, rickerfh.com. Most of us are not prepared to plan and carry out a funeral ceremony when a loved one passes. Ricker Funeral Home and Cremation Care in Woodsville understands the importance of a meaningful and personalized funeral to assist with the healing process during mourning. Their licensed funeral directors know the key decisions a grieving family must make. They will take the time to assist you with the necessary and required legal documentation and handles all of the details to create a unique and meaningful funeral or memorial service for your loved one. For additional information, contact Ricker Funeral Home in Woodsville.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
We are 4 minutes after 8. Let's head to South Newbury and say good morning to Charlie Gray at Four Corners Farm. How you doing, Charlie?
Good morning. Oh, it's a great morning, and I heard we got more snow coming on the way, so it's been so nice to have such a consistent winter.
It has been, hasn't it? And you really like the snow. You're an avid skier, I assume, Charlie?
Yes, I was finally got out yesterday for one of the first times this season. We've been doing a lot of sledding this season. We're not quite into skiing yet, so it's with my child. So got a little ski J yesterday, and it was a beautiful day. It was sunny and not a lot of wind. So from the top of J, you could see all the way out to Whiteface in New York, and then you could see deep into Canada. And I think we saw Mount Washington, and along with I think he saw Burke and Cannon. It was really amazing to be on top of the mountain and be able to see so far in such a clear day.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I used to ski with the kids back quite a few years ago. So, yeah, when you're on top of the mountain and you have a crystal blue sky like we've had a couple of times this week, you're right. It's like you could see forever, Charlie.
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing. And just really, it's nice for the snowmobile trails this year. They finally have a good base down, so the people we have just the income coming in this year from winter sports all across the state. It's nice to have over the last couple of years of the freeze and the thaws. So.
Charlie, we've had a lot of snow cover, and it's still with us. What does that mean for Four Corners Farm and your crops during the winter months?
Yeah, so for us, I'm really happy about it. It's just for the strawberries. It's been consistent for so long that they've been in a really good hibernation state. Since we had that little bit of thaw in early January, but it wasn't really enough to go backwards at all. So, outside of that, 2 weeks since the 1st of December, we've been covered in snow. So it's been really good, really happy for the strawberries. I sleep pretty good at night knowing that, we're not having to deal with, any damage or anything like that. Cause, they've got at least 10, 12 inches of snow on top of them, and then they have 4 or 5 inches of compacted straw on top of the crowns then. So we're in a really good spot with them. Hopefully winter stays on for at least another month. It would be nice, but you never know what's going to happen.
No.
If we were to have a thaw now, I wouldn't stress over it as much as having a thaw in January or end of January or beginning of February, and then still having these cold nights. So, but the weather looks perfect for the next foreseeable future. It's what they're saying, upper 20s to 30s and teens at night. You can't ask for better weather than that.
So when we drive up and down Route 5 and we see Four Corners Farm, when do we start seeing smoke come out of some of those greenhouses, Charlie?
So I believe we got our first plants coming either March 1st or the 28th. I don't, but by the end of the month, we're within a couple weeks now of one greenhouse getting going, and then a month from now we'll be having 5 greenhouses going. So it's we're starting another season, and as it begins again. But we'll enjoy these next couple weeks, before we really start getting busy and just enjoying the winter. But on another note, they did just start planting corn in Texas. I saw that on the social media. So
oh boy!
So in other places of the country, the season has already started. So it's definitely it's a little. I had a good winter and I've been pretty recharged and feeling pretty blessed about where we are right now and just how the future looks. And this winter, this season should be, I wouldn't say easier, but not as stressful as past seasons, which is going to be pretty exciting.
We look forward to our weekly conversations once the growing season starts. Charlie Gray's with us, representing the Gray family at Four Corners Farm, South Newbury, and of course, Charlie gives us a monthly update. In a month, you were chatting about the end of March. Things are going to change a lot in our conversation between now and then, Charlie.
Yes, I know. We're going to have. We'll be into it by then. We'll be burning wood and keeping plants alive, and so hopefully we still have some snow. The snowmobile trails are open till April 15th. So I think the higher elevations will make that date. I don't know about the lower elevations.
Yeah. Hey, Charlie, for some of our listeners that may want to get on the list in the off season, so to speak, what are some of the things, including the raw milk, that they can sign up for, or is it just raw milk right now?
It's raw milk, and we do have cheese and beef for sale in the fridge up to the dairy barn where you can buy your raw milk.
Okay.
So,
all right, so if
we're not really advertising it at all, but it is available if you are craving it. So we did send a couple animals earlier on over to Montshire, so we are sitting on some USDA certified beef. So
good.
We will have that available in the farm stand.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, it's good to hear your voice as we tell our listeners we chat with you once a month during the winter months, and then of course once the growing season rolls around, middle part of May or whatever, we'll start chatting every week for your weekly update.
I know that's only 3 away.
Yeah, that's
I was
true.
just thinking about that. We got March, April, then the one we start in May starts the weekly. So
oh boy. Your final,
we're into it.
Final comment today might include what, Charlie?
Just always, a thank you for the community for supporting us. I know we don't have much available now, but in the future we will. And and especially here at WYKR, it's always nice to hear this radio station up and down the valley. It really connects us as a community, not just in Vermont, but also New Hampshire too.
Yeah, Charlie, good to hear your voice. Say hey to the family and make it a great weekend with this impending storm. All right.
I will. See you in a month.
All right. Thank you, Charlie. He's right there at Four Corners Farm in South Newbury. The business has been around over 40 years, long, long time. All right, we're 10 minutes after 8 here at your country, WYKR Haverhill, WTWN Wells River, and W286DE Wells River, 105.1 FM. We'll take a break here for a minute, find out how the Bruins are doing with Tom Cuddy, and then we'll take another look at the weather.
Bruins continue practicing without their Olympic teammates. Bruins went into the Olympic break with 10 wins and 5 losses. Morgan Geekie after yesterday's practice.
Some things that have been bugging us and, just be able to build off of what we had going into the break. Obviously, there were 2 tough losses, but there's a lot of positives we could have taken out of those games and finding a way to get points in games that maybe we didn't have our A games. Finding ways to get points, especially now with how tight the East is, and just continue to grow and take it one game at a time.
Morgan Geekie. Pavel Zacha expected to play for the Czech national team, only to suffer an upper body injury. So he joins the rest of the Bruins practicing in Brighton.
Yeah, having some time off, also in the long run for our season, it's going to be good to have. So I'm trying to think about it positively, even though, first couple of days was hard to think positively at all about this. On the other hand, for our season, it's going to be good for me to have some rest and be ready for the season.
Bye, Belzaka.
Tom Cuddy Sports, regular feature, Monday through Friday, right here at WYKR. All right, so coming up on 12 minutes after 8 now. We're warming up a bit now, heading into the mid-teens, and that storm that's coming in will be wetter snow, according to our forecast, Mark Breen, and it's going to come down pretty strong, pretty heavy, beginning at 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. Let's take a look at the weather forecast being brought to you by Alarmco, which is a security and protection company that's based in Bradford, where they specialize in home and business security, fire systems, video surveillance, safes, audio-visual equipment, networking, and phone systems. In addition to installation services, Alarmco also provides monitoring and repair services for a wide variety of systems. Alarmco can help you stay notified on what's going on in your home, even when you're away. Alarm.com uses a tamper-resistant cellular connection dedicated solely to your security system. The signaling technology is reliable and works even if your phone line, cable, broadband, and power are down. With the help of Alarmco, a local business in Bradford, you will be able to view your property from the palm of your hand while at work or away for the weekend. For a free, no-obligation quote and see what Alarmco can do for you, visit their website at alarmcovt.com.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
Thank you very much. We're 13 minutes after 8 now, and temps are going to be heading to the freezing mark. As Mark just said, the wet snow or wetter snow than what we've experienced so far this winter is going to start later this afternoon and begin in the early part of the evening and then come down pretty heavy.
PTOs want you to know we are your local factory authorized Fisher Plow dealer. We sell, install, and service all Fisher plows and sanders. We have over 20 years of experience and factory training. Make PTOs Repair your first stop for all your Fisher Plow needs. PTOs Repair, 2320 Route 5 Fairleigh, or at ptosrepair.com. I'm PTO, and I wanted you to know.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
That is a look at the latest weather with Mark Breen, head meteorologist at the Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium in St. Johnsbury. And this time around brought to you by PTO's Repair. They have a new location. They're located at 2320 Route 5 in Fairleigh, 802-222-6152. 824, we're moments away from chatting with Dana Huntington, North Haverhill Agway. But first, let's find out what they're serving at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. Their specials today include the haddock sandwich with chips and pickle, Montshire Farm mushroom Swiss burger with French fries or tater tots. And how about the sweet sausage sub with onions and peppers along with chips and pickle? Their soup today is broccoli cheddar, and the seafood today is whole belly clams, strip clams, scallops, and haddock. You can order these specials or go to the regular menu when you enjoy your meal at Tuttle's Family Diner right here in downtown Wells River. All right, 25 minutes after 8 now. Dana, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right, Dana gives us his monthly update from North Haverhill Agway. And we chatted with Mark Breen earlier today about the load on some of the roofs around here. And I would assume that most businesses around here don't have any snow rakes available anymore.
No, they've been a tough one to come by. We've talked with somebody the other day about the fact that the companies that manufacture salt and some of these snow things, because it's been 3 consecutive years of such less snow, especially in the Northeast, their reserves or their backup stock has been depleted, and it was depleted very early this year. And once they get to that certain point, they stop manufacturing snow tools and they switch to doing spring tools, just before the holidays or just before the Christmas time. And so they can't re-up and start making tools. So we've had a heck of a time getting roof rakes this year, and snow shovels and pushers and things like that have been okay. But the roof rakes, and then of course the ice melt has been difficult at times to get. We actually had to go to Canada to get some rock salt and things like that to get us through the winter.
Wow. All right, Dana, let's find out what's happening with maple sugaring as we're heading into that time of the year.
It is. It's hard to believe, and especially the last few weeks with the temperatures we've had. I don't know if anybody's really thinking about maple sugaring, but yes, it is going to be coming, and it'll become pretty quickly all of a sudden if people need to get set up, and as the temperatures, hopefully, I don't know what Mark Breen's future cast would be, hopefully we'll get some warmer weather, and people will be thinking about maple sugaring. So we have a good selection of like the backyard stuff. We do have rolls of tubing, so some of the guys, if they run out and don't want to run all the way to Bascom's or to CDL to get tubing, we do have 3/16 as well as 5/16 tubing in 500 or 1,000-foot rolls. We do have shorter ones, so if people are wanting to do a little bit of short runs or things like that, or using them for droppers into their buckets or whatever they've got. So maple sugaring supplies, we do have quite a selection as far as different things that might be handy for people starting that stuff up.
Yeah, we're heading into spring, and our hopes are that it arrives sometime soon, I guess. So yeah, maple sugaring supplies. What about baby chick orders at North Haverhill Agway?
Yeah, baby chick orders are out. So if people are interested or in need of some baby chicks, we have, I think there's 6 or 7 different dates that they can pick. We have 8 different breeds on each type of order. We've got some specialty breeds, and we also have a lot of the, most of our orders, I think 4 orders are the regular breeds, which are typical like Americana, Barred Rock, Black Australorp, Buff Orpington, Gold Lace Wyandotte, Gold Comets, Rhode Island Reds, and Silver Lace Wyandottes. Those are all good, hardy New England-type birds that do well during the cold weather. So if people are looking for those, we also have guinea keats. If people are looking for guinea keats, those will come in on June 5th. We just have the 1 order of those. And then, of course, Cornish Rock White Broilers. If people are looking to raise their own chicken, we do have a number of different availabilities of those. And then, of course, turkeys. We have turkeys available. Will come in, I think, in the early part of June. And then, of course, ducklings. We have some ducklings available on one of our orders.
You said we're heading into spring in a hurry, so let's find out what's happening with vegetable, flower seeds, and those seed starting supplies at North Haverhill Agway.
They are all in for the most part. I take that back. We've got Seedway. We're still waiting for them. They've had a little bit of a hiccup this year with computer systems and stuff like that, but we do have Livingston, New England seed, other types of vegetable seeds. We have good selections available of the vegetable and flower seeds, our larger sizes, corns and peas and beans and those type of things. They are in. We have all of that stuff. All of the seeds, good selection. Like I said, we have organics, quite a few different organics available. So if people are in the mindset of trying to find seed starting or vegetable and flower seeds, we do have a good selection of those.
All right, North Haverhill Agway is open 7 days a week. There's only, 6 holidays where you're not open? Is it that many?
Correct.
All right,
yep.
Good. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, pet foods and treats and supplies, let's find out what's happening there.
Yeah, we don't talk an awful lot about those. We do carry a number of different, I think we counted 24, 25 different brands of pet food, premium quality pet foods. We also have some store brands, if you would. So if people are looking for excellent quality food but don't want to pay the huge exorbitant prices, we do have some of those available as well. If people are into once you buy consistently from us, if you buy like some of the companies we have will give you buy 12 bags of pet food in a year's time, basically, and you get one free. So sometimes it's a $60, $70 free bag of pet food. So people want to take advantage of that if they are buying pet food consistently, which most people are. Lots of treats available, different types of treats, of course, single ingredient treats, as well as some of the higher quality treats that we're trying to get into, dog chews, bones, different types of bones available, and of course all of the supplies, the collars, the leads, we still have the dog coats and dog beds and all those available as well.
All right, Dana, let's find out what's happening with we'll get to the birds in a moment. How about the ice and snow melters?
Yeah, we still have a decent selection of the ice and snow melters. Rock salt, of course, is one. People have been in the last few days because calcium chloride. People have a clogged drain. If their roof edge they've got a backup on a dam on a roof edge, calcium chloride pellets or flakes is a great way to go. You can melt through the ridges and get some water drainage so it stops coming in the house. And we also have ice blend melts. So if you're looking for a different type of magnesium or sodium or calcium mixed together, we do have some of those. We still have some pet-safe ice melters if people are looking for that. And then, of course, dry sand or tube sand. We still have enough on hand to get people out of a pinch if they get looking for some sand to be able to spread on some ice.
All right, Dana, let's find out how the birds are doing this year.
It's been a great bird year. Boy, black oil and all the mixes, and a lot of people have been feeding the birds. Of course, we've had snow cover we were talking the other day, almost since the first part of December. So the birds have been coming to, and they utilize the feeders that people put out when bird feed or their wild seed is hard to find, so they utilize the bird feeders. We do have a good selection of bird seed, different types of mix of bird seed, cardinals specifically, of course, black oil, sunflower, whether it be just hearts. We have a no mess mix if people are feeding on porches and things like that. And then, of course, a great selection of suet. And, of course, we try to keep feeders, different types of feeders in stock most all the time. So wild birds, we should be able to help people out if they're feeding those.
All right, Dana, let's find out how your selection of winter and summertime gloves is holding up.
Yeah, winter gloves are doing okay. We've got a good selection of most of the gloves available in sizes, and we're talking men's winter work gloves. We also have a good selection of women's work gloves, winter work gloves, and, of course, children's. We have a number of different styles or types of children's work gloves. You mentioned the summer gloves or the spring gloves. We'll be getting those out as we start changing over the showroom to get into spring mode. We'll have a good selection of the spring gloves or the summer gloves, work gloves if people are looking for those.
All right, Dana, we're still in the middle of heating season. What's your supply of pellets and all that stuff?
Yeah, pellets have been holding out. We've got new loads coming in. We've got a number of different types of pellets. The Cubex, probably one of the better pellets around. Orford, another excellent hardwood made of mostly oak, maple, and birch. And then we have Fusion, which is a mixture of hardwood and softwood, probably about a 70-30 mix. Again, very, very little ash. So that's the advantage of the three types that we have. They're high in BTU output, and they're also low in ash. So we try to carry a good top quality brand of wood pellets in stock pretty much most year round.
All right. And what's the softball season looking like for you guys anyway?
Well, it's coming closer. We're within about a month or so it's coming right up. We do have the discount cards available if people are interested, and we have them a couple different places around town. If people are looking for them, we have them right here at the Agway store, and they're $10, and the $10 goes towards the travel and the spring trip that we take, and then the benefits of the businesses that are on there. There's 15 different businesses on there that you can get discounts at on a consistent basis. You can use the card once a day for each business, so there's plenty to choose from, and it's a great opportunity for people to save money, as well as a great fundraiser for the Woodsville softball program.
Definitely. Well, your next holiday you'll be closed at North Haverhill Agway is when?
Easter.
Okay, first part of April then.
Yep.
This year. Okay. We'll talk before that because we chat once a month. That'll be, middle or third week of March, so we look forward to that.
Yep. All right, Steve.
Good luck with your Woodsville softball discount cards.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
All right, have a good day. All right, let's stay in the Huntington, North Haverhill Agway. He gives us a monthly update as to what's happening right there on Route 10 in North Haverhill. Moments away from talking with Julie Porter. She's putting together Honeybee Coffee and Tea, LLC, right there in Bradford. We'll get the details on that when we come back from this important message. Opera Valley RV at Eric's Auto Body in North Haverhill can take care of your RV roof problems with Flex Armor. Flex Armor sprayed RV roofs have been changing the RV world since 2005. Flex Armor combines spray polyurea technology with RV construction to create a seamless sprayed RV roof. No more caulking is required to keep your RV watertight. Opera Valley RV at Eric's Auto Body can explain how Flex Armor will eliminate the need for future repairs.
We are 7 to 5, Monday through Friday, 82 Business Park Road in North Haverhill.
Hi, Kevin here, Crosstown Motors. We're celebrating the best deals all month long during our President's Day sales event. How about a $359 a month lease on a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited? 0 down, 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Looking for more space? Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo X starting at just $399 per month for 39 months, 10,000 miles per year. If you're like me, you're asking, what about trucks? We've got a great selection of new 2026 Ram trucks with America's best full-size truck powertrain limited warranty. That's 10 years, 100,000 miles of coverage. Come see us at Crosstown Motors during our President's Day sales event for these great deals and more.
Visit crosstownmotors.net. Example stock numbers: J26009, 35,100 MSRP. J25179, 44,170 MSRP. Tax, title, registration extra. First payment due at signing. Must have current Stellantis brand lease in household. See dealer or ramtrucks.com for warranty details. Excludes RHO.
How do you define home? Is it your sanctuary? A reflection of your style and values? A playground for your children and grandchildren? However you define it, House Right Construction can help you create the house that says, welcome home to you. House Right is your expert Vermont and New Hampshire home builder. They have been partnering with clients since 1985. They build and renovate homes that fulfill their clients' exact visions. House Right Construction is proud to be able to say that the foundation of their business continues to be their enduring relationships with clients, who return to them as their home visions grow and who refer them to their friends. Try letting House Right be the builder of the home of your dreams. Welcome home with House Right. House Right Construction, Main Street South, Newbury, Vermont. Online at houseright.net.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, there you have it. It is 8:38. Temps in the mid-teens as we speak and getting warmer because we have the impending storm. It's going to come down like crazy, they say, between, 5 or 6 o'clock and pretty much overnight. Updated weather brought to you by House Right Construction, located on Route 5 near the historic Newbury Common. We're getting set for the Business Spotlights, regular feature, the third Friday of the month, and it's heard shortly after 8:30 and brought to you by your friends at Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. Julie Porter, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fantastic.
All right,
You?
Good. Good to have you along here with us. So a new business is coming to downtown Bradford. You must be excited.
Yeah, there's lots of buzz.
All right, good. So the name of it is?
Honeybee Coffee and Tea.
And where'd you come up with the name?
Well, that's a good story.
There you go.
My grandmother was very important to me, and she was all about the community and bringing people together and connecting. So I wanted something to connect her to the business. And so my sons and I sat down and looked through scrapbooks, and we found a photo of the Bradford Parade where she strongly encouraged us to participate. Yeah. Dressed us up as the state flower, the clover, and the state insect, the honeybee. Okay. And Harrison, my youngest son, who absolutely loves your show and has the app on his phone.
Well, you should have brought him in.
I should have. He's at school beating the 8th graders at Winter Carnival games.
Awesome.
He was like, Mom, how about Honeybee Coffee and Tea? And I was like, yeah, I really like the sound of that. So
how old is
where
he?
we landed. He's 12.
Okay, good. Excellent. Well, we'll bring him in sometime. He can join us on the morning show.
He has the app downloaded on his phone so he can listen anywhere he wants.
That is so good to hear. All right. So you're still a few weeks or maybe a few months out before you actually get rolling.
Yeah, so we're going to be in the old Aubuchon's building on Main Street of Bradford. And my amazing property owner is helping me subdivide that space because it's way too big for a coffee shop. So we have walls going up, and we've got meetings with the electrician and the plumber and a sprinkler system going in so everybody can be safe in that space. And so we've got a few months for that to happen because, construction takes time. But
When did this actually start? When did you start thinking about this and start talking with the...
So my whole project started in March of 2024.
Oh, boy.
I spent 2 years researching and learning everything that I would need to do to make the best environment for our community and be able to be the most successful. And did a lot of work in research, worked with the Vermont Small Business Association to help me plan everything out and make sure we had all of our ducks in a row. And movement really started in November, where we signed the lease agreement, secured financial support, and
Do you have
started
experience
working.
doing this already?
Owning a business?
Or doing
Absolutely
this?
not.
That's all right. Doing this type of thing at all?
So I have a bachelor's degree in culinary arts
Okay.
from Johnson & Wales in Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay.
And I have worked in restaurants, the country club industry. I've spent 13 years at King Arthur Baking Company with food safety and managing teams. And my culinary experience and my management experience come together, I think, will make us a successful business and
So
adventure.
that's a huge foundation going into something like this. So let's talk about your menu. What will that consist of?
Ooh, all of the coffee drinks.
Excellent.
Drip coffee, espresso, lattes, all of the different varieties, and we'll rotate out different coffee beans so customers can try different flavors. And then your warm teas and your cold teas. So we'll do iced and hot beverages there. And then Harrison's famous hot chocolate mix, which will not be like anything you've ever tasted before. It is the warmest cup of hot chocolate you'll ever have to warm you from the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. And then food items for breakfast, we'll have fresh baked pastries every day, scones, muffins, bagels, cinnamon buns, breakfast sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches, and then lunch we'll do a selection of soup, salad, sandwich, cookies and brownies.
Yeah. Are you trying to create a certain atmosphere in there?
Warm, comfortable, like you're at home, where you can come together and connect with people and foster friendships and relationships and brew connections.
Is the concept going to be so if you're baking, you can kind of see some of the stuff that you're doing?
No, the kitchen's not opened.
Okay.
The pastries will be out on display, and you'll see
Of
all
course.
of those.
That's most important, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is important because it's going to be a local business, locally owned and operated business, right in downtown Bradford.
Yes.
And because you were born and raised in the area, that's, I assume, important to you?
Extremely important to me. So born and raised in Bradford, Vermont, spent a lot of time in our community. Went away for a little while and boomeranged right back because I just couldn't live without the connections in the community and the support system that I have here.
Did you go through Riverbend as part of
I
their...
did. Yep. Mike Shover was my instructor at Riverbend, and I graduated. I did 3 years at Riverbend because I just wanted more.
Sure.
I graduated from Riverbend.
Sure,
My
good.
culinary journey started when I was 7, and my mom was too busy to make me Jell-O, and I wanted Jell-O. And she's like, I can't do that right now. You'll have to wait. And so I said, no, I won't. I can do this. I can make Jell-O. I made Jell-O and I failed.
That's how you learned.
I just used hot water from the tap instead of boiling it, so it never dissolved in. It never sat. And that failure inspired me to learn more about food and how food worked and how to prepare delicious things. So it kickstarted at 7, and I don't know, many, many years later, I'm still trying to get my hands in the kitchen and wrap it.
Well, Mike Shover is one of the best.
I agree.
Yeah, Mike's one of our close friends. We've done a lot of running events with him, and I used to talk with him periodically when he was part of Riverbend, because we still do that every couple of weeks. We chat with the instructors at Riverbend. Important stuff that they bring to our listeners.
Yeah.
All right, Julie, this is great stuff. Julie Porter, who is the owner of Honeybee Coffee and Tea and LLC right there in Bradford, putting together the pieces as we speak. So we're going to take a break.
Okay.
We have a message from Wells River Savings, a good neighbor bank, who actually brings you the Business Spotlight the last Friday, third Friday of the month between 8:30 and 9 right here at your country, WYKR. We'll take a break for 60 seconds or so, and then we'll come right back and have more great conversation with Julie.
Many people today are using investments to build their future, help pay for college educations, and or prepare for retirement. Perhaps you thought about this, but have been put off by high-pressure financial companies or the uncertainties of using an online resource. Good news. John Trombetta, an investment representative with Osaic Institutions Incorporated, offers his clients guidance to help them implement strategies that meet their financial goals. If you have thought about getting financial advice, perhaps now is the time to take action. There is no charge for getting acquainted or sharing ideas. Most importantly, there is no pressure. The decision is always yours. Stop by any Wells River Savings Bank locations to schedule an appointment. Investment and insurance products and services are offered through Osaic Institutions Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Wells River Financial Services is a trade name of the Wells River Savings Bank. Osaic Institutions and Wells River Savings Bank are not affiliated. Products and services made available through Osaic Institutions are not insured by the FDIC or any other agency of the United States and are not deposits or obligations or nor guaranteed or insured by any bank or bank affiliate. These products are subject to investment risk, including the possible loss of value.
All right, we're back. It is 8:46. We're chatting with Julie Porter. She's the owner of Honeybee Coffee and Tea, LLC. So you don't have any partners or anything?
No, it's just me. Wow. I have a really good support system.
Okay.
So my dad is Dan Perry and owns the Tool Barn and all the laundromats around.
Mm-hmm.
And he helps me along the way. And Luke Knapp from Undercover Tents is very supportive and helpful. My brother, Dan Perry, helps me with all my tech and has helped me get my website up and running. And then Mike and Irene Shover have helped me as mentors, and Abby Copeland. There's a whole slew of local business owners that are supported and helping me.
All right, and some of the things you've learned, because you said you started a couple of years ago with this idea and putting things together, maybe some of the things you've learned that you could share with our listeners, some of the ups and downs of putting together your own business, Julie.
I think you can have the best laid plans, and there might be something that puts a wrench in that, and you just have to learn how to adapt and persevere. So, like, for example, we checked out our regulations and thought we were good to go with the square footage of the space to not need to install a sprinkler system. And then we had a great visit with a fire marshal, and he's like, really, we need to install a sprinkler system. So like a small wrench, but that doesn't have to end the entire journey. We just have to figure out how to adapt and move forward so it delays opening, but at least we'll be safe and compliant in case of an emergency.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like little things like that have popped up. It's like, okay, here's an obstacle, and we have to figure out how to work through that obstacle and keep going, because the community needs this. The community needs a place to come together with consistent operating hours to enjoy each other's company and to connect. Technology has created space between humans, and we need time to bring that space together and connect with each other.
And your dad's owned the business for quite a few years.
Yeah.
So you're going to get some advice from him.
As long as I can remember. Some days he's very helpful, and other days he's like, no, this is something you've got to figure out, Julie. You got this. You can do it.
You can do it. That's good. All right, so let's talk about your web page and Facebook page. What are you doing with the Facebook page? Even though you're not open, you're still doing some updates there.
Yeah, so I'm using my 16-year-old son to help me with that, because he's all about the social media. You know, teenagers are really good there, and so he helped me create a Facebook page, and we've got some like introductory stuff there, and we hope to, as construction goes, add posts about where we're at in the construction process to keep the community up to date.
And you're in the beginning stages of building it. You said back in November, December, you started it last year.
We signed our lease in November, and, you know, December with the holidays, things were getting organized and set up. And then I would say end of January, beginning of February, we started getting the contractor in there and getting stuff in.
This is a fresh start then.
Fresh start. We ripped out all the old things with inside the building, and we're putting in all new things.
Wow.
It's good. It'll keep the building fresh for the community.
Yeah, because you're going to have the right ovens and that type of thing if you're cooking some awesome pastries and coffee and that type of stuff.
All brand new equipment, and the espresso machine arrived the other day. She is a beaut from Italy.
Really?
Gorgeous 2-group head espresso machine. I cannot wait to pull a shot for everybody.
So you said you were 13 or so years at King Arthur?
Yes.
So what did you do there, and some of the things you learned that are going to bring this to your new business?
Yep, still there, still supporting King Arthur. I'm on the food safety and quality team, so I know the Vermont state food safety regulations like the back of my hand. I can cite the code for anybody who's interested, but you're probably not. It's kind of boring. So I know that whatever we put out will be safe for human consumption, and that nobody should have a concern or worry or fear of not enjoying their meal forever.
Well, it's great. All these downtowns need to have this, this type of commerce.
Yeah.
We complement each other. We're always talking about shop local. That's so important. Do you have any idea what your hours might be once you get rolling, Julie?
Sure do. I'm hoping to expand to 7 days a week if we have enough community support.
Sure.
But to get started, we'll be open from 6 a.m. to 2, so you can catch your morning commute, grab your coffee and pastry, and head into work so you can start your day off right. And then we'll be closed on Sundays because this small business supports Scouting America and has a commitment to fostering and supporting and leading our youth to make them good, strong citizens. And we meet on Sundays. So we need to be able to continue that. And then midday Wednesday, because there's not a lot of places open on a Monday and Tuesday. So we need to have a place for you so you have somewhere to go when you want to grab a quick lunch or get a pastry in the morning.
Yeah, the dynamics have changed a lot. There are a lot of businesses that aren't open on Mondays.
Yeah.
Good point. So you're paying attention to that.
Yeah, well, because I want my community to have everything that they need.
Sure. And I didn't realize that basically just a few weeks ago you started doing the renovations.
Yeah. Yep. We're really fresh.
Yeah. So it's still a few months out.
It's still a few months out, but it's going to happen.
So pay attention to your Facebook page, which is found where? What do we look for?
It's Honeybee Coffee and Tea LLC right on Facebook.
That's pretty easy.
Pretty easy. Keep it simple.
Yeah, Julie Porter's been with us. Honeybee Coffee and Tea LLC is going to be opening sometime in the next few months right there in downtown Bradford. This is our Business Spotlight. It's heard the third Friday of the month, shortly after 8:30, brought to you by Wells River Savings, your good neighbor bank. Maybe some final comments would include what, Julie?
I just can't wait to serve our community and to create something for them.
Yeah.
Profitability is important, don't get me wrong, but really what I want is a place to bring our community together, to create connections with people, to make people feel comfortable and warm and invited to slow down and enjoy life together.
Well, you have a great background that you're bringing to this.
Yeah.
It sounds like anyway.
I think so.
Yeah. So you still work at King Arthur's a bit?
I still work at King Arthur. Yep. They're well aware. They've been very supportive along the way.
Good.
And will continue to support King Arthur indefinitely because I will only bake with their product.
Yeah. Well, bring your son by someday. We'll give him a tour.
Sure will.
See what it looks like in a radio
We'll have
station.
him bring some cinnamon buns too.
Great. I can smell them already.
Yeah.
All right, Julie, good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, Julie Porter. She's the owner of Honeybee Coffee and LLC. Open sometime soon right there in downtown Bradford. Thanks again, Julie.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Ben from Dad's 4x Tool and Supply, and I would like to highlight my brother Watson. He has been with us since we bought the business in 2007. With our background growing up on a small farm, he has tons of practical experience to help you with whatever situation you may have. He manages our Wells River store and is also the guy you want to see if you need a trailer. With 7 brands of trailers and literally hundreds of models, he can definitely help you get the perfect trailer at a fair price. Stop in Wells River and see Watson. And remember, Dad's always got gas.
From the Fairbanks Museum in St. Johnsbury, the forecast: winter storm warnings in Vermont, advisories in New Hampshire this afternoon into Saturday morning. Look for clouds thickening up, snow late today, highs in the 30s. The snow could be moderate to heavy at times this evening, 4 to 7 inches, lows 20 to 25 tomorrow. The light snow tapers off, mostly cloudy in the afternoon, highs in the upper 20s and low 30s. I'm meteorologist Mark Breen for WYKR.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Updated forecast with that storm that's coming in. It sounds like it's going to come down in a hurry. So as it begins later today and into the evening, you got to be careful. There's been a few things that have already been canceled out there. If you have something that you need to postpone or cancel, give us a call, 802-757-2773, and we'll get it out there for you.